Strange to think, isn't it, that if you don't do this, you will be sent to prison, given a huge fine and crossed off. But if, of course, you are a superstar presenter that's disgraced the corporation that you work for, well, you get to keep your year's salary, and with no stopping it anytime soon. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me. We'll have a quick wave. Yes, it looks a bit better now, doesn't it? It's brightened up a little bit. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I like the gold tie, don't you? Yeah, I like bright colours. I think a lot of you understand that now. I think it's cheerleading, isn't it? You know, you have to wear different colour ties though on television. You're not allowed to wear green, you see, and never. They don't like green. It's nothing to do with green screen backgrounds or anything like that. They just don't like it. I don't know why. Interesting that. We ought to look into that, didn't we? I quite like green. You might have noticed I've worn one or two. Yes, you can be a rebel, you know. A little, well, not much of one. You always need the salary, don't you? That's the problem, you know. Now, one person who's apparently been a bit of a rebel and, on a more serious note, a bit of a disgrace is none other than the former BBC newscaster Hugh Edwards. Virtually now coming up to a long period of time where literally, you know, he's being paid, shall we say, for a full year of disgrace. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The BBC have just recently upped the money of the TV licence, and if you're over a certain age, they're going to be coming after you if you're not paying it. Told you before, there are certain areas, though, that the BBC particularly don't go for, and that is the ethnic minority area. No, they just go for the affluent area because they believe that you will be embarrassed enough simply to pay it or be exposed as not having a TV licence. I think the BBC need to wake up and realise that people will not be bamboozled into be paying for woke stupidity and programmes that nobody truly now wants to watch. But back to you. You see, You picks up just over £450,000 a year as their premier newsreader. You get the picture. Since his disgrace and fall from grace, well, he's continued to do that. Now, the BBC apparently can't do anything but continue to pay him because it's a mental health issue. No, it's not. He caught the corporation out, and the bottom line is he was disgraceful. There is literally a morality clause attached into that contract, or there should be, and really you could just fire him. It's as simple as that. But no, you and I are paying for that particular privilege for somebody literally virtually coming up to £450,000 a year who's never been on screen for months and months and months on end. Now, I'm not being unkind, but where else in the world would you get to keep a contract? Apparently, according to a well-placed source, Tim Davie basically said his hands are tied until either the contract runs out or indeed Hugh Edwards decides to resign. Either way, until that moment comes along, you and I, well, we could be prosecuted for not having a British TV licence, but Hugh Edwards can rake up the money regardless. And seemingly, even though he's brought the corporation into utter disgrace and there are no plans for him to return, well, seemingly, they don't care about that. They'll keep on paying with your money. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.